Your cat can holler. So that's our which Monday Night Football game are we watching?
Oh, is there 2 of them tonight?
There are 2.
Oh, shit.
I'm not pleased. But I was reading about the
shit.
new Giants quarterback, and it had me intrigued enough to watch some New York Giants football.
The Giants quarterback seems to be doing pretty well.
I know, he's like a Brock Purdy type situation, right? Like non-existent, and then, well, he wasn't even drafted.
Yeah. I mean, they actually have a good coach over there, unlike us, so.
Ugh, still hurts. That's why I'm repping my, I guess, other Atlanta sports today. not them.
So we had Dolphins and Titans, right?
Yeah, I've got...
What's the other one on?
ESPN. I'm just watching. I guess they're on ESPN and ESPN2 because I'm watching Packers Giants. Man, I was talking to a Packers fan on the phone today. As a matter of fact, I paid my Target bill late. It happens. I feel like a jackass, but every time I call, they're like, "Oh yeah. We see your account's in good standing. We'll help you out with that, sir. No problem."
Yeah, mine's like due the 17th. I got like 6 more days.
How's the football down there? Yeah, he honestly told me too. I was like, I always get a reminder from Walmart. I feel like I don't fuck it up as much. He's like, oh yeah, go in your account, go to menu, go to alarm, go to add alarm, and then you can tell it. You can tell it when you need to make the payment. And I'm like, okay, you get a little heavy here with the telling me what to do. I've already reminded you. I've been a red card holder since 2008. But no, he was talking about he's from Green Bay, and he hasn't been to a game, but he went to a tour once, and it was like 4 hours, and he loved every minute of it. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty dope.
I mean, there's not much going on over there in that area, so.
Cheesehead. He said it was a cheesehead, and then I knew I was in, and that was before I got my $30 late fee refunded.
God damn, $30.
Yeah, my late fee was $30. I was like, holy shit, I missed it by 2 days. My bad. Chill. You get enough money from me. Look at what I did on Black Friday with you people. Throw me a freaking bone here. Then he's like, would you like to extend your credit limit? And we won't get into that business on the show. We'll talk about that afterwards. But I could buy a Honda Civic from Target with my red card.
Gosh.
I don't know how. I didn't ask for any of this. He's like, yeah. I'll take a second look at that. We probably don't need to offer that. I'm like, maybe if I was moving and had to outfit an entire house, like top to bottom, refrigerator, oven, like if I had to just go ham and everything had to be from Target, I could probably make it work. Oh, he was super nice though. Oh, thanks for being on Target. You pre-ordered something recently. That's what gets me. Is like I'll do a buy two get one and they don't charge you till it ships. So I know that's where I ended up getting the Sora amiibo was through Target, so that shit's sitting on there.
I did the same thing too, yeah, after that nonsense of it selling out everywhere else.
Okay, Bleach says, share it, you coward. Fine. It's like $13,800 credit line for some reason. There you go. There's my business. And I just got a new card and secured it like extra secure, so no thievery, young boosh.
Give us those digits.
Identity theft.
Give us the digits. Put all those numbers on the screen.
They're available, man. They mailed it to me. In the mail. It's out there. Those digits are there. I should share my Target wish list. I think that would be more helpful. Oh, a friend of the show was sending me some Target links today. GTA 5 is $20 at Target. No, not the one you guys are wanting to pre-order. Naughty. This is the one you could have bought for PS3.
5+1.
Now Boosh says, share your card, you coward. That won't be happening.
Yeah.
I think again inside the box says card number, date of expiration, and security code on the back, or it didn't happen. I will put them all in the chat. Thank you guys for contributing to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Split the Honda Civic. Have a good time in it.
I mean, somebody's just going to crash at some point. It's not our Honda Civic.
Brant's like, actually, based on experience, you could have bought like 6 Honda Civics. I bought one for $3,000 many moons ago. Wish I still had that car. Friend of the show, Russell, if you're watching, I still wish I had that car.
I've been telling y'all about my 98 Civic.
Does it still have the cassette deck?
No, I put a CD player in there because it didn't have anything.
It had nothing.
We got it. It didn't even have a radio.
No, Cesar, that's fine. He's not pulling out the cassette deck. That's okay.
Put an A-track, you coward.
Everybody's a coward. This is the coward episode.
Yeah.
Thinking inside the box says you'll buy 6 in interest off minimum payments. Yes, just make the minimum payments. That'll be fine.
Now you paying until the day you die.
Pretty much.
Pass on your debt to your children.
That's the car thieves around here. Your job's your credit. Is that my side or your side?
What?
The cat.
It's all sides.
It might be Bush's.
Cat, mine.
No, it's my gaming kitty. He's in here too. She's in here too. Oh God, come here, gaming kitty. It's like attacking me. Come on. Are you coming or what? Come on. Come on. I don't know if the gaming kitty can make an appearance. Is she tall enough? Gaming kitty. Jungle cat. Brant, show us your gaming kitty.
That sounds very wrong.
Show
So
me your gaming kitty.
Brand gonna get banned on Twitch. Don't do it.
Demonetized.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is our chance for Twitch stardom.
Just got a camera going down to your.
There's a
that's all I
gaming
see.
kitty. Yeah, pet that gaming kitty. Look, there's mine. Mine's all up in my lap, in my hand.
Jeez.
Get your gaming kitty. So that's our show us your gaming kitty.
Not here.
Send pictures of your gaming kitty to NOFODcast. Oh God, thinking inside the box.
No,
I'm not reading.
no,
I'm not
don't
reading that out loud.
stop,
Thinking inside the box.
Stop, please. Not good.
This is the content the crowd craves, Brant. You don't deny the audience what they want. This is not my cat. This cat loves me. Every time I come down here, a cat's all over me. Dude. Sure, gaming kitty. Gaming kitty did not get us any wins at lunch.
Whose cat is it now?
Not mine. I denied this kitty since I didn't get the win. I need a Warzone kitty. What if somebody advertised guaranteed win Warzone kitty? Oh, they're at
It
the
would
pound.
sell out immediately.
we know friend of the show Russell will probably buy it.
Yeah, Russell's getting two.
Russell's desperate enough to he'll do it probably.
Russell's unloading them off the ark 2 at a time. Man and wife. Oh shit! Y'all ready?
Yep. This first story is a doozy, so.
You found a good article though. I was skimming it.
Yeah.
I was skimming it earlier because I missed the first. I was watching on Twitter. I guess I was keeping up with just announcements, but.
I was about to say, I guess we could just go over the announcements and like not get too much into the nitty gritty. I mean, talk about the big things, the standouts.
I'd be okay with that. We do a deep dive after that
Yeah.
on the things that really interested us or stood out.
Yeah.
Since I threw a couple more news stories in there on us.
Oh, you coward.
Give us your news. News. Gaming kitty. It's purring away. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 284 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game kitty podcast. What do you say there? Play it back. Play back that intro. That was different. It was different. Seltzer's like, let the gaming kitty go.
No, I have something else going on right here.
Oh, hell.
It fucked up.
Speaking of something else going on, tonight we have your summary of the Game Awards announcements. The Keeleys. The winter Keeleys. This is the winter Keeleys, right? We have a summer Keeleys now, winter
Yeah.
Keeleys, just like the Olympic Games.
We're just missing spring and fall. Let's go. Get all.
No,
Cheeky, get all 4 seasons.
there's only summer games and winter
Cheeky.
games.
Cheeky, all 4 seasons.
Brant, what is your favorite event at the winter Keeleys? What do you like tuning in for to see who's going to be on the medal podium?
The middle podium.
I mean, that might be a
What the
show.
hell?
It's a spoof on the Olympic Games. We have the
I'm trying-
winter ones, we have the summer ones.
I'm still waiting for the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah.
That's fair. Was there a Cool Runnings game? Did they make a Cool Runnings tie-in game for anything?
Not to my knowledge.
That'd be like a Game Boy game, right? They probably couldn't render John Candy on the 8-bit. This is not an 8-bit John Candy. I'm not playing this
God
game.
rest his
I
soul.
know.
God rest
Too
his soul.
soon. So that's our...
Hey man, he was a great Uncle Buck, man. That was like one of my favorite.
He is a
movies.
great Uncle Buck. So that's our Brent took us away in the winter games with the Jamaican bobsled. What is your event from the summer Keeleys you're going to participate in? What are you bringing home the medal in?
I don't even know, man. Talking about the summer Keeley, like summer based game. Movie
I mean, the Witcher. I guess the Witcher time is our ultimate event from the summer
Summer Olympics, yeah, probably. That or like a track and field NES with the touchpad.
Oh, that's a solid pick.
One where you always put on the desk and you hit with your hands.
Or you put the pad on the like at the foot of the bed, and you're just sitting on the bed, running away, and then you just lift up your feet for the long jump.
I mean, that was a time where I was like, oh, let me just cheese this before everybody starts making these macros to beat us in Warzone with jumping up and down and left.
You knew that in Germany in like 1989? You knew that was coming? You knew that was in our future? Those damn East Germans?
What?
You knew they were coming for us?
And what, in track and field or in real life?
No, were you plotting against the macros while you were playing track and field, knowing that they were coming for us in Warzone?
I don't know, man. I'm tired of the macros.
The macros is the shoot and lay down, right? That keeps screwing us.
Yeah, this is a code, man. You just press the button and it just jumping up and down. It's like a House of Pain. They're just moving left and right. So I'm like, whatever.
How do we do that on controller?
Controller, you could probably do it without getting banned. If I'm pretty certain if you do it on a keyboard and it reads that you're doing a macro and that ricochet anti-cheat, you're gonna get banned.
So we're getting killed by people who are eventually going to get banned, but that just doesn't help us for that round.
Well, I mean, if it's controller, you just do like the back pedals and you just program a crouch, up, jump button combination on there. You just hit the back pedal every time. So I don't think you can get banned on that. Reads it as button presses. So.
I have one of those cheap ones. I should try to pull it off with one of those cheap ones. Did Russell try to get you down that rabbit hole of ordering one of the Elite controllers for something like that?
I'm not hard out for wins that way. I won a match with friend of the show Buish here Saturday. I'm good.
You were laying down and jumping and doing the whole
fair and square. I didn't have to do no House of Pain, no none of that.
Oh shit! So, yeah. Too much.
I'm not to the point where I have to pay to win yet. I mean, I don't think it's ever.
Yeah, about that.
Y'all might, but I'm not.
The laying down shit pisses me off. I got to figure out the right balance for that. Maybe I just start off shooting them in the leg. It's no longer about headshots.
It is irritating as you're shooting them and they're moving left and right and jumping up and down. It is irritating, but I find that it's a lot more easier on PC when I just slide the mouse over a little slightly to the right to hit them anyway. So I'm like, that's why I just jump back on PC. I was like, all right, we'll just do it.
That's very subtle. I appreciate your chat options in the. I know a friend of the show, Russell, will when he sees you on PC. It's like, yes, I can add him to a chat. I don't have to play in the game audio.
Oh, that one can be one of those doofuses on the chat. Like, I hate this game, and just as they tapping in the whole match and tell everybody go to the zoo.
Unmute. Unmute. Meet you at the zoo.
I'm gonna start doing that shit. I'm just gonna start everybody get to the zoo. Let's go. Whole squad at the zoo.
Stick with your bird museum meta and see if anybody knows to go.
That when people say, "Oh, look, they're gonna go to the bird museum and get his ass,"
the bird museum.
And I'm nowhere near it. Playing joy, bitches.
Why is everybody here? Cesar, what did you tell them? What happened in that plane? Meet me at the bird museum.
Start doing random codes for stuff. They're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Has there ever actually been a bird in there? I know it's like the aviary. We call it the bird museum. But has anybody ever actually witnessed a bird in the bird museum?
I don't think I've ever seen a bird in there. Too much rendering.
Are there going to be any birds in the actual bird museum? All right, let's get into this madness. This is the Game Awards, also known as the Winter Keeleys. This took place, last Thursday? 4 or 5 days ago?
That seems right, because my watch was getting lit up as I was driving from Kroger. I was like, what the fuck's happening? I forgot all about it, to be honest with you. I was like, shit.
In which there was an epic showdown of 2 Game of the Year contenders, Baldur's Gate 3 and Spider-Man. Apparently.
Spider-Man.
Hey, man. Me and Richard were joking about earlier from somebody on Twitter. It's like if one of us got drafted in the Spider-Man Baldur's Gate War. I guess I'll be in the Spider-Man side because I haven't played any Baldur's Gate yet, so...
And then somebody said, or here's the reasons why you should be playing Baldur's Gate 3. Here's all the different ways you can play it.
Yeah. Well, because people were just showing like the two dice. That's all they were showing. Like, this is Baldur's Gate. This is what lost to Spider-Man. And she's like, that's not what Baldur's Gate is.
Come on.
Like, let me show you like an actual representation of Baldur's Gate, even though I do not want to get drafted in this war. So it's
just a clip of that party busting into the barn where the goat and the goblin are tearing each other up.
Yeah, it's like that one.
This
Yeah,
this is the game of the year material. Don't just show the two-sided die.
she broke it down pretty well. Like there was a battle where you have all like you're trying to lure all these goblins in a room and kill them, and there's like 8 different ways they can do this. So it's like you can convince the spiders to join your cause. You can poison the punch. It's like you can kidnap a goblin. You can overhear one of them for somebody woke up drunk and you got him drunk again. It's like there's a whole bunch of different ways to complete one mission. And she's like, this is what it's really about. It's very D&D inspired, where you have a lot of freedom of choice that it actually allows you to do all those type of things. So.
And then also on the flip side that the developers have anticipated some of the things that the player can pull off.
Yeah.
Yep. Renee says Final Fantasy 16 is the greatest action adventure game ever. Exclamation point.
Yeah, Renee's on there shitting on people because he's telling them that Final Fantasy 16 is not an RPG. It is an action game. And he's going to sit on the hill and die on it. So I think
we're not going into this genre thing. Renee, I love you.
Renee,
I don't think you're wrong.
Renee's 100% genre weird.
I don't think you're right. I don't think you're wrong. But I don't know that we're going to die on this hill together.
I had this conversation with him. At this point, it's all up in the interpretation. I've had friends in college who sat there and argued with people about how text-based games were the true way of playing an RPG. And so I was like, those are real RPGs.
Right.
The stuff that Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and 3, those are not real RPGs. So I'm like, that's just personal taste at this point. So I said, Renee, it's an action RPG. If you want to say if it's not a traditional RPG, I can.
Renee said I'm doing it. Brant is throwing his hat in the ring by holding up.
For Renee, I'm flipping it over.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And I'm showing you the back.
Dynamic action RPG combo. So, like Secret of Mana is what you're saying.
Dynamic action RPG.
That's what I thought.
But also, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Back of the box.
So Renee, if you want to jump on the hill and die, you sue Square Enix, telling them that they lied to you. That is not an RPG in there, and you let me know how that turns.
It's a role-playing game. He's playing the role of Clive. Thinking Inside the Box says, I knew nothing about Baldur's Gate 3 and predicted I would win, predicted would win, but not win almost every award, and I think that's what happened. So, sorry I misread that. Renee said that's nice, but I say what I say. So this goes back to we haven't even touched the Game Award story here. Why are we delving into this immediately?
I don't know. There's a lot of hate.
So we all want things to be in genres. We all want things to be lists, right? Top 5 this. We used to do that content. Like top 5 Game Boy Advance games, top 5 Super Nintendo games. And they could change. These aren't any sort of like definitive set in stone things. And I think genres are the same way. And the basis of us, our generation, and Renee, and maybe Thinking Inside the Box, I watched some of your content. I'm going to lump you in with us mid-30 people. And mid to late. I guess I crossed over into late recently.
Damn.
We grew up with like game journalism and rating scales and these genres, and you bought a Nintendo game and it had a genre on the box. Action series, racing series, sports series, RPGs. So like they were funneled into these.
Brand sports RPGs too. Sports
RPGs.
Yes, they are. Sports is RPGs. You have stats, you have levels.
And so I've tended, I hate defining things anyways. If that's your jam, make Final Fantasy 16 your favorite. That could be the best music game of the year. It's 8 CDs. Tell me that's not a music game. There's no other game has 8 CDs worth of musical content. Thinking Inside the Box is early 30s. I'm so sorry. Just like Brant. Brant's
Yeah, baby Brant. Yeah. Brant's like 23, man.
33 by the end of this week, buddy.
23. You won't tell me differently. I'm gonna pull Renee. I said what I said.
So we all
You're 23.
We all have this like reason. We want to put things in boxes. We want to funnel them into this is the best of these. This is the best of that. And they couldn't even do sports category this year. They had racing and sports. You heard that? So there weren't even enough like MLB, FIFA, or whatever FIFA turned into. There weren't even enough of those to just make sports a category. We had to put racing in there also. But then I remember years of like N64 and PlayStation, you would have 15 to 20 racing games come out in a year. You had a legit like stack pile of titles.
I mean, that was what the golden age when the PS3 like every. I mean, there was like EA would come out every sports game ever made. Remember, it was like NCAA baseball, and then they had like head coach, NFL head coach, and they had everything you could think
that
of.
actually did something different too. And Thinking Outside the Box is on the show with us, and their content is a lot of original Xbox content, and there are so many great racing games on that original Xbox. It is a racing powerhouse.
Yeah.
But where was I going with all this nonsense? So
genre.
Right, we've kind of been funneled down these paths of defining things, and everything's just so broad now. I don't know really that you can stick to these same genres. I was listening to Jeff Gerstmann talking about this. He's like, they're all RPGs, and none of these are RPGs. You heard that same bit? Yeah. He's like, Fallout 3 is a shooter. It has RPG elements, but that is a shooting game. That is a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So...
But it's labeled as an RPG in Western.
Right, but he was writing about these games when that was how we partaked. That's how we consumed these labels and decided amongst ourselves, like, man, you got to try this new racing game for Xbox, or this new action. How would you describe it? I don't know. It's kind of an action adventure. Kind of has some, like, you can level up. You know, it's more. We broke it off into our own things as years went by, but there's still these like old school labels and stuff. I don't know what. I would want to know what the younger generation thinks about these type of genre labels. So, Brant, you want to chime in on some of these?
Come on, Brant.
When did the young Brant thing 21. Kick in? This hasn't always been a thing.
I don't even know how old Brant is anymore because I say it so much. I'm like, damn, this dude's like.
And he's like 3 years younger than me. It's not this generational gap. We always play it up to be this generational gap. Careful, Brant. You'll hurt your back.
See, I don't know because you forget my first console was the NES, and
book.
I mean even on the freaking guide.
There they are.
That's it. It's got the freaking labels.
That's what I was talking about.
And that's what I'm used to. That's what I grown up with. But like you said, it's kind of the lines have become more and more blurred over the years.
Right. And
games evolve, so games evolve.
And this is us sitting back and trying to take a arbitrary look at a show that is a sales. Jeff Keighley's a salesman. He's collecting ad money, and he's talking about specific games for specific reasons. We're not pretending that these people weren't flown out here for different occasions, and like it is what it is. This is an industry event, but it's also a marketing event. So these are going to be marketed as such to parlay the interest of the show, the Keighley's, who he is funding the show. So it's his to decide. It's just fun, I guess. We're talking about it, right? And we're having fun with it. But there are people who don't have fun with these discussions. They get way too serious.
Yeah, trying to draft people in wars, man. Stop drafting
heated
people in
debate.
wars.
Like maniacs thinking that Final Fantasy 16 is an action-adventure game. So I don't know who's going to come out.
That's weird.
Maybe it's Renee. Where'd all my stories go? All right, everything announced at the Game Awards. This comes from Carly Veloci at Digital Trends. Brant, this is the one I skimmed. This is a fantastic article.
Good job, Brant. It's always tough to find the good article on these announcement shows.
Yeah, I go through several to find the decent ones.
So I watched the end of this. I was keeping up with the beginning of it via like tweet announcements. Brant, did you watch the whole thing?
No, tweet announcements for me all the way.
It was a long
we did
show. When I tuned in, I was like, man, I'll catch the last 30 minutes. It went on for like 2 more hours.
Yeah.
It's like the real Oscars, right?
From everything I saw, it was
fuck the Oscars.
Not enough actual award announcements, and it was they weren't giving people enough time to actually give speeches out of gratitude for the awards. And then
famously that picture's going around. It's like, please wrap it up. Like they're telling people stop your
within 60 seconds.
But not for others.
I guess it's a Chris Judge effect outside of what Richard has said that Kojima.
And he's up there talking shit about Activision. He's making fun of the Call of Duty campaign. I'm like, this is just pure chaos. Keighley's created a monster here. All right, so we're going to go through these. I say we come back to some major highlights here. So
but there's a lot to get.
There's a shit ton. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons gets a remake. That's awesome. I didn't play the first one. A new Pony Island is coming from the Inscription dev. What is Pony Island?
It's a fucked up game that was very big on Steam. I'm pretty sure we all have a copy on Steam. Just playing on Steam Deck is fucked up. It's like a
What? You're
like a
not selling me
2D
on
game.
it, Cesar.
well, now it's like it's weird. It's like a 2D thing that turns into like some kind of devilish thing. Like you're fighting the devil, and it's weird. Just play it. It's kind of hard to describe. Just play it.
Okay, go in blind.
Yeah, it's what most people did, and they're like,
Dead Cells devs reveal their new game. It's a 3D game. Motion Twin stunned the gaming world with Dead Cells, a 2D roguelike. And their new game is called Windblown, coming to PC early access Steam 2024. Did it look good? I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen any of this stuff. I'm just going, yeah.
You're cheering like the audience. God of War Ragnarok is now a roguelike and upcoming free DLC that is out as of the posting of this episode, which will be the 12th.
Brent, that's your cup of tea, right? Roguelike?
It's in the alley.
You're roguelike adjacent.
Brent likes hard games.
Roguelike adjacent. I won't scoff at this. It's Sony did good. They gave it to us free, surprisingly.
Which is awesome.
So
I'm waiting for the day for Brand to start playing Elden Ring.
I've been watching it.
Oh,
trying to get it cheap.
I have a copy too. Brent, you want to borrow my copy?
I wouldn't say no, but I also have too many games.
Brent's
to
like, I don't want to play Elden Ring that bad.
continue to play.
Ninja Theory shows off new Hellblade 2 footage. That was like one of the first games we saw on the series consoles, right?
Yeah, this was Hellblade 2 was at the same show as the announcement of the Series X.
Was it the 5th anniversary? 4th?
It got a new trailer for its 4th anniversary. Is that what we're doing these days?
No announcement date or anything, but
I mean, we got a target dateline now. I mean, they actually gave us like the 2024. So.
Here's an anniversary trailer for our upcoming game.
The anniversary announcement. I'm waiting for the day.
It's like Duke Nukem Adventure or Duke Nukem Forever.
It did not finish for long as did not.
Yeah, this is our 10th anniversary trailer. Our game is out in 3 years. Sega announces 5 games at once. Ooh. Those are Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Jet Set Radio. Some people did deep dive on Reddit, and they've been sent to some previously mobile studios. So the quality of those, we don't know. Don't get your hopes up. Don't.
I mean, I was never going to get my hopes up. There's a lot of IPs going out at once.
Yes.
So.
They're giving the people what they want. Let's see if they come with quality too, right?
I mean, they also, they came back and said that there was more outside of those 5.
There are more. People are hoping for Panzer Dragoon, of course.
I mean, if they can remake 2 and Saga, I'll be happy with that. I'll die.
What happened to that 2 remake? I thought 2 was coming right on the heels of the remake of the first one.
I think they canceled it.
Really?
I think so. Because that same company, that Forever Entertainment, is the one doing the Front Mission remakes right now, which are pretty good.
I thought that Panzer Dragoon remake was solid.
Yeah, it was really good.
But it's like $250 on every console right now. Is that telling that it maybe didn't do so hot? I think I bought it on everything because it's been $2 on every platform.
I also have bought it on everything.
Yeah.
Like the coward I am.
Well, I mean, we support the Panzer Dragoon, so we're doing our best.
I just want Saga, man. I want to play it again.
A single-player Dead by Daylight game is coming in 2024. The Casting of Frank Stone, it's called, by Behavior Interactive. Hideo Kojima not only reveals OD, but that Jordan Peele is collaborating. This is a Xbox exclusive, I believe. Jordan Peele and others. OD, his latest game, leaked late last year, but we've now gotten our first official look, which includes Hunter Schafer from Euphoria and Yudo Kier from Blade. Arcane Lion is making a Blade game. This was a big announcement.
I love me some Arcane.
Arcane Leon.
Excited.
The studio behind the
It's
Dishonored
OG
series
Dishonored
and Deathloop.
Yeah.
I know you love Deathloop. Announced Marvel's Blade.
Let's go.
No Man's Sky
don't
team.
expect it anytime soon.
What's that?
But don't expect it anytime soon.
No, it's a ways off. No Man's Sky team returns to Earth with light, no fire. And what's his name? Sean Murray was out there promising all sorts of crazy shit. I'm like, wow, we're right back in this 10 years later. Speaking of anniversary trailers, we're right back in this promise of this.
As Richard, as you mentioned before, like the Tom Petty's GTA 6 trailer had got you. This Alt J music and the Light and No Fire got me.
Did it really?
Oh yeah, love me some indie music, man. They were playing.
Oh my god, I was killing that.
I actually got to get that album.
I was killing that Tom Petty song after the GTA 6 trailer. I love that Full Moon Fever record, anyways, but It was good to see a lower tier Tom Petty song rise up. Square Enix Shadow drops Final Fantasy 16 DLC. The first is called Echoes of the Fallen, was available now, so that's available now. And the second one, The Rising Tide, will be available in spring 2024. Aren't they 10 and 15, but you can get both for 22 or something like that if you get both at one time?
I bought it. I think it was like $24.99 for the
There's some sort of
the
savings
expansion
in
pass.
there, yeah.
So I think you're right. I don't remember what it was because I know Echoes of the Fallen is only like 2 to 3 hours. I just started my campaign on that one, and then I think the Rising Tide. I think they came back and said it's 8 hours just for the story, and he said after they put in the side quest, it's probably going to be about 8 to 10 hours.
It might be 10 and 20, and you get it right now for a $5
I think
discount.
I think the Rising Tide is the more expensive one because that's the bigger one. So
it was good to see that shadow dropped. I saw Creative Business Unit 3 flash up there, and I was like, oh, hell, what is this? I thought it was just going to be like a trailer for the new stuff. Destructible Arena Shooter, the finals, is out tonight. Everybody's talking about this. Do we need to try out the finals? What is the finals?
I have no clue.
the countdown.
Is this a brand game?
Look.
Final Countdown? Where did that come from? So sorry.
The final countdown.
This might be a friend of the show Russell game because it's from the right here former Battlefield alumni.
Battlefield alumni, since they just took 1943 from him. I saw a clip where somebody was playing that, and then they're driving around in a boat, and then it just says, cannot connect the server, and that was it.
That's sad.
I know.
That's sad.
I know. At least in Sea of Thieves, when we were playing the Sea of Thieves beta, we just went flying off in the ships in the sky until it cut the cord on us. Monster Hunter Wild stampedes onto platforms in 2025. That's the final world premiere of the night. Hey, we already made it through.
Good job, Brent.
We already made it through.
Good job, Brant. Yeah, I'm proud of you,
Brant, you found the elite article.
You're the most wisest out of the youngest ones out of all of us.
Age before beauty. Monster Hunter Wild, the latest in the internationally popular adventure series. We got the first trailer, which showed a desert transforming into a lush landscape. It's set for 2025, but we can expect more information this summer. It looked like Monster Hunter. It was a Monster Hunter-ass Monster Hunter.
It did. It looked like Monster Hunter in the desert. Looks like an Australian outback.
It did. All right. Everything else announced. I will blitz through these. Those were the big stories. Rise of the Golden Idol, a sequel to murder mystery Curse of the Golden Idol, was announced and is coming to all usual platforms and Netflix. Outside of this Game Award announcement stuff, we've been seeing a lot of and Netflix things recently. Have y'all noticed that? Like GTA trilogy? Yeah.
They're starting to make the push because, you know, that rising cost, I got to justify something.
Been talking about it for years. Usual June is the latest from Finji, and will take you back to high school in 2025, just like Brand experienced. The Odd Gentleman.
Yes, good job. That was great.
The Odd Gentleman announced Harmonium, the musical, and unveiled a trailer full of charm. Great looking animation and ASL. It's coming to Netflix, games, and Game Pass. That is American Sign Language, I'm guessing. And I read that wrong, Brant, because you couldn't have been in high school in 2025. That's in 2 years. Silly me. Thrasher, from the artist and composer behind the cult hit Thumper, dares you to say Thrasher
like,
and Thumper.
Case in point.
What?
About my age. Brant's like, case in point about my age. Born to this, I wasn't even born yet. Somehow I'm in high school.
Yeah, why am I in high school in the future? This sucks. They Call Me Thrasher comes in 2024. Send me forward and back. Persona 3 Reload got a new trailer ahead of its February release. Two of the biggest sea-based games from 2023 are teaming up for a crossover. Dredge is coming to Dave the Diver on December 15th, 2023. That will be this week as of the posting of the show. Metaphor Refancio, the next game for the Persona devs at Atlas, got a new trailer and a fall 2024 release window. How did that look? I don't recall seeing this one.
It looks like a more of an action RPG-esque Persona because I see your main character. It doesn't do the traditional turn-based, so it's it looks like they're bringing it's a different flavor than the normal Persona, which is a traditional turn-based.
Careful, Cesar. You're meaning this will not be up for best turn-based game of the year. It will.
I don't need Renee getting mad at me.
Turn-based action.
Yeah, let me tone it down.
Non-turn-based action RPG. Non-turn-based action game of the year. World of Goo 2 is the sequel to the indie hit from 2008. It is coming out next year. Archetype Entertainment, a division of Wizards of the Coast, makers of Eye of Judgment, Magic the Gathering. I think they made the Pokemon game too, didn't they?
The original Pokemon,
Wizards
yeah.
of the Coast.
Trading card game.
Lost my spot. Announced Exodus with the help of Matthew McConaughey. Is he helping with the game, or they announced it with the help of him?
Did he voice a character in it? I think that's what it was.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Sound like he's voicing Brant.
I mean, Brant was like, I looked up, I was like, man, he's on our
Yeah,
podcast,
welcome.
Matthew.
Welcome, Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. I loved you in We
know,
Are
man,
Marshall.
He's a Texas fan, man. They're in the playoffs, so.
Good for him. House brought people together with Untitled Goose Game and seeks to do it again with Big Walk, set to release in 2025. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown got a new trailer and a free demos coming on January 11th, 2024. That game continues to look amazing. Since becoming a meme, Ikumi Nakamura, formerly of Tango Gameworks, has started her own studio. She was at the Game Awards this year to unveil its first project, titled Kimuri. She also had her adorable young daughter there that she was taking around and showing the sights and such. A lot's come about since she was kind of thrust on stage for... That was Ghostwire, right? Ghostwire Tokyo was her first unveiling of sorts, and kind of since becoming a meme is kind of a shitty thing. There's shitty memes, right? I don't think she was a meme. She was just an instant presence in game.
Her energy was infectious.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't make...
It was infectious energy. That's what it was. So.
Since becoming a superstar is what I would say instead of meme. I don't know if that's accurate.
I saw her do I think I saw the clip on there. She did the pose from Attack on Titan. Saga,
which was her thing when she was announced, right? She was doing the... Mood Studios, the team behind the Ori series, has an action RPG in the works. No Rest for the Wicked is set to launch on March 1st, 2024. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero doesn't have a release window yet, but it'll be released on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam. Visions of Mana. Everybody was afraid this would be a mobile game. It was not. This is a full-fledged Mana series game with a full-fledged budget from how it looks. And it is coming to, I think that said Xbox One, PS4, and everything forward.
Yes, I believe
in 2024, so they're not leaving behind those old consoles.
I think it's everything but Switch, right?
I did not see Switch on that trailer.
Yeah.
Correct us if we're
new console. Need a new console, damn it, Nintendo.
It's time. I mean, they did a great job with putting Trials of Mana and all kind of stuff, so I think that might have been a good trial run. And I bought Trials of Mana on a bunch of stuff, so...
I also bought Trials of Mana on a bunch
did my part on that one. PlayStation exclusive Rise of the Ronin got a new trailer and a release date, March 22nd, 2024. So March, we talked about maybe a couple weeks ago. March is starting to come into focus here.
Yeah.
And then I want to let you know, Richard, you don't have to feel bad about Star Ocean Second Story, because I have also purchased that on multiple formats, so including Steam.
I didn't buy it. I'm sticking with my PS1 and PSP copies at this time.
I was like, give me more remakes, you cowards. I'll buy every copy you got.
Give me more Star Ocean. The Outlast Trials has been scaring people on PC in early access, and now it's coming to consoles too. It'll officially release on March 5th, 2024. Ooh, this was a surprise. Jurassic Park Survival is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series consoles. That was a good-looking trailer.
Yeah, it was like it played off the originals, but didn't like fuck it up. It was interesting.
But it still had the do you remember this? Do you remember going in the cafeteria and the Jell-O? Do you remember going in the kitchen and having to hide behind the thing and banging the spoon? Sort of.
Yeah, even the flare.
Yeah, I did have the flare. We'll have to see. Yeah. We'll just have to see how closely it follows that wink, nod
I like
stuff.
it, man. I like it. I'm interested.
Rocket Racing is coming to Fortnite tomorrow, December 8th. I have a household individual who's not pleased with this merger of Rocket Racing by Psyonix, the Rocket League people, into Fortnite.
I mean, Richard, they did their job, because I'm literally looking at Fortnite to play that festival mode, since it's all music based and you have to do button inputs. I was like, oh, it's like Rock Band Unplugged. I was like, that might.
I like this one.
It has 2000s rock in there. I was like,
That might have you. My housemate is a big Rocket League fan and would rather see more of an investment in the Rocket League side of things than seeing those resources used in a Fortnite thing.
It's unfortunate that Epic owns that company. So
I pointed this out. I was like, this is the business side of this.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong leaned into its Journey to the West roots with the new trailer. It was previously delayed and is now set for August 20th, 2024. I knew looking at that, I was like, this is a Monkey King legend, right? But it looked really good. Real big descriptive characters and great character models.
I was trying to remember. There were developers from some other company. Was it NCSoft? I think I forgot who it was. It was something else that was also an inspiration of what they worked on previously. I forgot who it was, but don't quote me on it. I don't know off the top of
It
my
didn't
head.
look like a budget title in any capacity.
No. Yeah.
So it could have some dollars behind it.
I'll let Brant buy it and tell me how it is.
Journey to the West fan. Noted Journey to the West fan, Brant McKee. After getting delayed, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League got a new trailer. Its new release date is February 2nd, 2024. Warframe.
And we saw that they're coming up with single player mode later on, right? You saw that?
Yeah.
Boo. I went on disc. What's the point of the disc? But it is what it is. So.
800 megabyte unlock, right, Brant?
Yeah.
Warframe Whispers in the Walls looks futuristic with a touch of steampunk and is coming to all platforms on December 13th, 2023. So as of the time of the posting of this show, a day after that, possibly. Warframe still looks like that PS4 launch game that everybody was talking about that I had not much interested in.
What was the game they did before that was on PS3? Was that digital something? That was like the last game they did before they went on Warframe.
Yes, and they've never had to make anything outside of Warframe ever since.
I don't even know what.
It's a success story. People that love Warframe are all in on some damn Warframe. Ready or Not is leaving early access and hitting 1.0 on December 13th, 2023. Be prepared, I guess. Man, this is taking longer than the main stories. Tales of Zenzura Zao is a gorgeous African mythology-inspired 2.5D side-scrolling platformer from EA Originals.
Dark Sector. That's what
Dark
it was,
Sector. Yep.
Yeah, it came out in 2008.
Yep.
That was our last original IP that was single player.
The team behind the Life is Strange franchise showed off Lost Records Bloom and Rage, a narrative adventure that follows characters in their teens and in adulthood. It's scheduled for late 2024. That sounds exactly like Life is Strange. The first Berserker, Kazan, is set in the world of Dungeon Fighter Online. I got a new trailer at the Game Awards. Can't wait for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We'll get ready for a crossover event in Renee and Cesar's own Apex Legends on January 9th, 2024.
Man, I don't even know I can play Apex anymore, man. It's bad.
I saw y'all stream the other night for like an hour or so.
It was.
What happened to it? Are you going to talk about it in games playing?
It plays so differently. It just plays differently. I don't even know if I want to talk about it. I might just play on a PC, man. I don't know.
Is it bad on console?
I
mean, different's not necessarily bad, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. It's been so long since I played it. It just plays differently.
Would it be a matter of easing back into it? Because I think that made
probably
Games of the Year for me last year, a couple of years ago. Our sessions with Renee.
I'm trying to get back into it just for that collab going on. So
the Renee sessions. Skull and Bones is set to release February 16th, 2024. We'll believe it when we see it, right? Anthony Mackie made an appearance.
I laughed when I saw it. I was like, yeah, right, yeah.
I was like, is this Skull and Bones? Oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, you kidster, Keeley. It's April Fool's joke in December.
Not you, Skull and Bones.
Yeah, I almost fell for it.
They're having a crossover event with Bones and Skulls.
Gonna end up being like $20 in like 2 weeks after that, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but...
Or that UB Plus platform. Hey, man, apparently the Avatar game is good. I want to play that new Avatar game.
I heard
they said it's lush, like the jungle. It says it's Far Cry, but the Avatar universe. And I was like, go on. That sounds amazing. And I wish that Ubisoft's subscription thing was on consoles. I'd try it out. Alas, Anthony Mackie made an appearance to present the award for Best Ongoing Game and to announce Twisted Metal on Peacock is coming back for Season 2.
Yeah, Brand's favorite show. Let's go.
Boosh watched this. He said it wasn't bad.
It was. I've had people in my family talk about it. I have yet to watch it, so I can't form an opinion
He still wasn't like, this is game-changing.
I still like to give Brand a hard time about it because I know that's not what he wants.
He wants a real Twisted Metal.
Want a Twisted Metal game, baby.
Good news, Brant. Tencent's Lightspeed Studios revealed its first game called Last Sentinel with a cinematic trailer. Is that what you wanted from Twisted Metal?
Tencent.
I heard good news, Brand. I'm like, what did Brand want from this game announcement? I was like, what's happening?
It's just Boosh in the chat yelling Twisted Metal with a bunch of L's. Nexon's The First Descendant is coming in summer 2024. Zenless Zone Zero, the next Hoyoverse game, got a new trailer. It's also set to arrive in 2024. I thought we saw several Hoyoverse things.
I can't tell the difference between all three of them. Internet, throw your hate at me now. Let's go. So, that's fine. I'll take it because I don't understand. So
I was like, man, the people behind Genshin Impact are not going to like the way this game looks. Ever wanted to be in a mech? Mecha Break is getting a closed alpha test soon. So you must really want to be in one to get in the closed alpha.
Yeah.
Don't read this as GTO, but instead read this as GTFO. The final chapter is getting a free weekend on Steam until December 10th.
Damn,
That's already expired.
I can watch some GTO. I'm down.
Great teacher fucking Onizuka is how I read that. Sorry, that's what that GTFO is. Wait, does Brant know about GTO?
Brant, you watch GTO? Great teacher Onizuka?
I don't remember the name. It's been a
good,
while.
Man. It's really good.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Brant's in for a treat. Brant is in for a treat.
I'm still trying to get Richard to read the manga because the manga's still going on, and then the last manga that's happened, he's in an American jail and he's trying to explain how he got there. He's sentenced to 20 years in prison. It's pretty interesting. It's backtracking to something he was doing as a teacher.
Is he sitting in the corner of the jail cell smoking like he always is?
Basically, yeah. Everybody's afraid of him, man. I was
oh God, what a great series!
It's pretty good. The manga's pretty good, man. It's still going.
Brant,
I was shit, it's so happening.
I've got probably the first 10 volumes. I probably have the first, whatever that first season of the anime is probably what I have for the manga. Brant, this show is up your alley, man. You would love this shit. Just watch the first episode, and you'll be like, "Yep, this is top tier."
I think my favorite bit was the whole thing where he kept trying to get to the female teacher after he's like, "A snake bit my penis, suck the poison out." It's that whole bit.
He's so stupid.
He's so dumb. Yeah,
he lives in the school and he has a PlayStation 1 and he's trying to get people to help him beat PlayStation 1 games all the time. He just has a PS1 in there.
I don't. Have we ever seen him teach in there? Have we ever seen him teach in there? That's the thing on there. He's always doing something nutty in there.
Yeah, his lessons are less curriculum based and more life based. Brant is how is how it comes.
Because I remember there was one where he's following a student, just making sure she's okay. Remember, and he's dressed up as a ninja, and the teacher catch him. He's like, "Don't fall in love with me." He's like, and disappears.
He's so stupid. It's such a great. The anime's fantastic.
Yeah, that's good.
Brant,
watch the show, you coward.
Great teacher fucking Onizuka, the final chapter. 10 Chambers, the creators of the Payday series, announced its new heist game, Den of Wolves. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt developer Shark Mob revealed its next title, Exoborn. Combining everything you loved about Battleborn and Exoprimal. Not that was me. Is an upcoming open world extraction shooter. I think I just described those two games though. It all blends together.
It's pretty fucking accurate.
Exoborn is an upcoming open world extraction shooter. No other details were revealed. Did we need any other details?
No,
oh my gosh.
You nailed it, sir. You nailed it.
God.
You can't even argue that.
I mean, these people have been around a long time. I don't want to distill Shark Mob's effort down into poking fun at the name Exoborn, but oof. Actor Simu Liu debuted a new trailer for Stormgate, Frost Giant Studios' upcoming RTS. It'll be hitting Steam Early Access in summer 2024. Russell reached out to me about this one. It is ex-StarCraft devs, and it has an extremely StarCraft vibe to it. And it has co-op and all sorts of stuff.
Are we going back to the thing where we're just buying StarCraft adjacent games now?
Yeah. Ever since I bought it for 64, I've been buying StarCraft adjacent games.
Ever since I bought Command & Conquer for 64, I've been buying Command &
I've
Conquer.
never played a Command & Conquer. We need to sit...
It's really good on 64. It's really good.
Is it co-op?
I don't remember. I just remember buying it from a Blockbuster for $20, and I just sat there that whole weekend and played the shit out of it. It was so fucking good. And now I just every time I see a Command & Conquer game, I buy one. I'm like, oh, I remember the time I played 64. It was so good.
The nostalgia buy.
Yeah, and I never played the whatever version I bought because I think I bought it on PS3 also, which was the Red Alert one.
They made a bunch.
Tim Curry in
the
there.
360 had a bunch too. Yeah, Tim Curry's
and I have yet to play that one. It's still my waiting list of games to play. So
Red Alert, and there was Rising Tide or something like that, like an expansion for Red Alert. They had a bunch.
And then
for
you
the 360.
Then you taught me buying that fucking game on the Steam, the whole bundle with everything on there. I think I have it still. So.
Oh God! Last but not least, my voice needs a break. Palia comes to Nintendo Switch on December 14th. That was the Keeleys.
So much.
I think my big standouts are the new No Man's Sky game because there was so much behind that game and its recovery path, and then it came to VR and Xbox and Switch and all sorts of stuff. The Final Fantasy 16 DLC, of course, was a highlight.
Yeah.
I think those were my two big surprises.
My biggest one was that whole fucking Rebirth trailer, which showed so much shit when they were doing the song. Oh, it showed so
I
much.
listened to it, but I was kind of glancing at it because I
Yeah.
knew it would probably have some spoilers from that first one. I'm still
Yeah,
wanting to play
it's a
that first
lot.
one before this new one comes out.
I'm excited about Rebirth. I'm interested in Setsuna because I love that first game so much.
That was a
then,
Game Club
man,
game.
I love me some Arcane, man. So I'm excited for
Yeah.
Blade. So
Rise of the Ronin looks
Rise of the Ronin
still
does look good too.
really, really
Yeah.
good.
I think Final Fantasy VII Remake might be my next Portal game. My next PSP game, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brant. Brant, it's amazing.
as you
Join us.
As you tag Brandon every PSP.
I do. I want him to have
available.
one.
A disappointing PSP experience that I had.
I have more time on the new PSP than I do previous PSP I played a lot of PSP over the past 10 years. It's helping me play my PS5, which was my goal. All right. That's it for the Game Awards, right? I did
Yes.
close out of all the stories, or I just didn't open up any of the other ones.
Wow.
Please, God, somebody take this next story. I'm dying.
Oh,
right.
so
It's a brief one.
We had actually talked about Jet Force Gemini coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and what was hilarious was Cesar pointed out down in the comments, somebody was like, where's 1080 snowboarding, or that's not 1080 snowboarding, or
Yeah.
Look what
something
happened.
to that effect. Well, that person can no longer complain because along with
Whoa! I'm going. Yeah, you keep looking. I'm gonna go on that thread and see what if anybody says anything. We don't know. Yeah.
along with Jet Force Gemini, they also shadow dropped 2 more games onto the N64
These
side
were not announced, right?
of Nintendo Switch Online. No,
didn't think
there
so.
was 1080 snowboarding and Harvest Moon 64.
Well, it's Harvest Moon, I guess, is the unannounced one. That's cool as hell. Somebody, I guess it was Wario, somebody said, and that's Nintendo's surprise announcement for the Game Awards. It was just Nintendo Switch Online expansion
Yeah.
pass.
Nintendo was very quiet. Yeah.
But you have the like super premium paid tier, and you're showing off these N64 games. That's a good variety of games from the N64 between 1080, Harvest
Yeah.
Moon, and Jet Force Gemini.
Oh, Richard, don't know. We want to describe genres yet. We don't want
Uh-oh.
to.
There's something for everyone, Cesar. I'm not describing the
You're
genre.
borderline genre. You're borderline genre describing here.
Do you like farm sims? Do you like fantastic snowboarding games?
Cozy forms.
And do you like
Richard,
shitty
I would-
space
I would-
shooters that needed a second analog stick?
Do you like shooting bugs?
No.
Do you like snow?
Yes.
Do you like farming vegetables?
Yes.
There you go. Something
Donkey
for
Kong
everybody.
Country.
We did it out with describing genres. We don't need people out here with those genre base.
They'll come for us. Those are all, of course, in the expansion plus side of the Nintendo Switch Online. 1080. Love that game.
does have a kick-ass
It's
soundtrack too.
fantastic. Imagine if that had CD-ROM access for that soundtrack. It would have been really, really good. Next up, I put this story in. We had teased, Digital Eclipse had teased us with the announcement of a new Gold Master Series, as they call their...
Oh, so it is this
Yes.
one right here? I was wondering when I saw this. I was like, what the fuck
Yes.
is this? I was like,
I had to go back and look. It got buried in all their other bullshit.
I saw it on there, and I was like, I saw the little symbols on here, O2, and I thought maybe that's what it was, but then I was like, there's no way this thing's called Llama Soft.
Thinking Inside the Box says that's about all the Switch hardware can handle. I'm assuming they're talking to the N64 games. Holy shit. The next Digital Eclipse Gold Master Series title is Llama Soft, the Jeff Minter story. And they've put out a bunch of memes saying Minter is coming with the winter is coming stuff.
That's pretty good. Hey man,
Oh, yeah, that's
Richard
pretty
is the
good.
perfect candidate for River Raid, man. Give me River Raid.
It's going to be at some point. I really do think so. I really do
Yeah.
think so. But Jeff Minter, if you're not... I only recently was familiar with Jeff Minter's Mania. Picking up, was it Tempest 4000 on PS4 and Xbox One? But Jeff Minter has been making games the way Jeff Minter wants to make games for... it's encompassing 42 games in this one series with Llama Soft. He's always had a thing for, like, llamas and alpacas and camels and things like that. So this is common themes across his games. But he's very obviously known for Tempest 2000. Well, all the Tempest games, right? Past the original Atari ones. So like,
he did the new ones, right? The new Tempest.
But
yeah, I think he's always had his hand in all of them, right?
Tempest 2000 for the Jaguar, and then whatever. And he also developed for the Nuon, that DVD based. There was that's where Tempest 2000 first came from. And then Tempest 2000 got ported to the PlayStation and Saturn as like Tempest Forever or something. And then there was Tempest 3000 on, I want to say that was another obscure platform. And then we got Tempest 4000, but what was the one Jeff Gerstmann was into a couple years ago that was just madness?
That was the crazy one. Was like the Tempest 4000 or something like that.
It wasn't a Tempest title because it's making us sound like he's only known for the Tempest guy, but he's all right. Grid Runner, Revenge of the Mutant Camels, Tempest 2000, Lamatron. In the British gaming universe of the 80s and 90s, nobody made games like Jeff Mentor.
It says Tempest 4000 is a shoot 'em up video game developed by Llama Soft and published by Atari.
Yeah, the newest one, Parodius. Did he work on Parodius? Is that what I'm thinking of? But that might not be in this collection. That's like still more recently available and stuff. Friend of the show, Scott, whom young Brant is well aware of, is a massive Tempest 2000 fan from the Jaguar.
Super young Brant.
Super young, extremely young Brant. Baby Brant.
You can start referring to me like, what was that? Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
How he
in the manger.
Sweet baby Brant.
Yeah, he refers
baby
to
Brant.
Jesus as little baby Jesus.
Sweet baby.
That's the one he's praying to.
I'm just a little baby. I'm just a little baby Brant over here.
Yeah. Because which one? I mean, what was it? Was it Ricky Bobby was a big fan of Baby Jesus and John C.
They
Reilly's
got in an
character
argument
was,
over who was which
like
one they were
like
praying
adult
to.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
I just remember the whole bit, sweet dear baby Jesus. He just kept going to deep in how young he was.
But this is a
freshly born,
freshly born little diaper changing baby Brant.
Little 8-pound, 4-ounce baby Jesus.
So crazy. Mm-hmm. Does that still hold up? I haven't seen that movie in probably 10 years.
I don't know. It's been a very long time.
Remember, if you bought a PS3, you got a copy of Ricky Bobby for a long time. They gave you a copy of Ricky Bobby.
That one probably holds up better than the other ones he's did, because like I still laugh at that whole bit with the old school with the wedding singer still gets me every time with the Meatloaf song, and he keeps dropping them bombs. Yes. In there. That's my favorite bit, like in almost like modern day comedy, because everybody's looking around like, did he just say what he said and just keep going with it? That whole bit, that's like one of my favorites.
Oh, he was on a run there for a while. Like turn of the, I was like 03-ish, 05-ish, 06-ish, 06-ish. This is a huge get for Digital Eclipse. That Atari 50 collection had a bunch of different interviews, a lot of different marketing materials. They basically rated one Luminaries collection and vault and all that sort of thing. So I can't wait to see how they pivot from that first collection they did and how this works with just an extreme focus on one artist with a 40-plus year development history, or he's been coming out with stuff.
Yeah, 42 games across 8 platforms, and that probably doesn't include anything he's developed recently.
Insane.
He's developed a couple of PS4 games, and he's got a PS5 game that just came out. Oh.
And the other exciting thing is Digital Eclipse doesn't just half-ass these games. They give reverence to these games alongside the creators that made them. And so we're going to get probably some updated Jaguar stuff along with for that Tempest 2000, and then whatever other platforms that are incorporated in this, they're going to fall under that Digital Eclipse lens, which is always an exciting prospect going forward. They just signed that deal with Atari, so it's good to see that there's like he made Jeff Mentor made a bunch of Amiga games and stuff. So Atari said they were going to let them operate outside of that Atari name, so it's good to see that's already occurring. He's very interesting. This is another day one for me. I love their stuff. I still got to get around to a making of Karateka, which was gifted to me. I'm very excited. All right, last but not least. Somebody bring home the sad news. I'm very upset. It's very short news. And we already knew it was coming, but it was confirmed today.
Yeah, because we talked about the fact that Embracer was dealing with the possibility of shutting down Free Radical then there was a couple of things that come out saying that it was pretty much a definite thing that was going to happen. It was just a matter of time to see when. And as of, let's see, trying to see when this article was written. Actually, it was written today. So
the doors were
pretty much,
the doors were closed and locked today. That's why I put this in here.
The doors were closed, locked. They shut down the website. They have a few farewell tweets. It's been an honor working with these lot for the past few years. All of them are amazing and talented individuals that made working here so much fun. It's sad to say goodbye like this. Wishing you all the best. And there's pictures of the whole team.
2.5 years and we got nothing.
And that was from Alex Tang.
They're all without jobs. That's the worst part by far. But these people were given a second lease at a franchise that we thought was dead and gone. And so it excited everybody in that fan base. And we're not even going to get a remaster of like one of them or two of them. Or that's what sucks, man.
And that's the thing is Embracer bought them and put some money into them and started tossing around the idea of, Time Splitters. That's a thing we're working on. Yeah.
And they're talking about doing like a collection, right?
Yes.
Something like that was one of the
That's
ideas.
the Embracer cycle that we're on currently, right? Big studio, lots of money, purchases small, passionate group to create what they want to create, and excites fan group, and then due to financial constraints, closes. And we've got nothing from that.
I don't know. And I know that, what was it? Not even a month ago. It was 2 weeks ago. We were talking about that they would have to float the idea of potentially selling them and a few other things. And I just don't know if they didn't get any responses or...
Well, Brent, I think it all boils down to, like, you just don't buy Free Radical. I mean, you buy that Time Splitters license.
Yeah, you're buying that license.
They want to let it go. They're like, well, we can license this license to some other developer and not have to worry about funding them, you know?
Yeah.
Please let them finish their vision. Please let them take what they were working on and finish it. They got to be close. 2.5 years working on this. Damn this Embracer cycle.
Oh, there's a build on those servers, and it will be deleted, forgotten, or hopefully somebody in the office slipped a hard drive into their jacket pocket or something, and we'll get an archive of it later.
Is this a niche for like a limited run or a digital eclipse that we were talking about, where they're able to get a hold of stuff like this?
One could only hope.
Were we reading that had some homebrew stuff coming out that wasn't previously released?
That was like the Atari
Adventure 2.
Collection.
Yeah. Adventure 2, which was never got an official release. Like, we're getting a homebrew game on that Atari 50 collection. Give us Time Splitters via the Digital Eclipse Goldmaster. Give us the developer interviews and all the marketing materials and the strategy guides. I love their work, man. Time Splitters is just one of those absolute franchises to put under that.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody would have bought them up if that license was available or if it was affordable with that license. So
you have 3 games, which this is rare. You have, it's not rare, limited. It's rare. You have 3 games all in one generation, right? It's all PS2, GameCube, Xbox across those 3 games. The first one only came to PS2. But we should be able to get that collection. That engine should just work for all 3. Oh, somebody do the Lord's work and help us out with this. I would love Time Splitters for everybody.
Brant, search the internet, find the gold CD.
It's out there. It might be out there today. Those offices closed.
Yeah. Brant, use your evil powers for good. Find it.
Or is that how these companies operate, where you come in on a Monday and you don't realize that you're not going to be able to keep working on something and you don't have access to your computer, sort of thing?
I feel like it's like that joke
Probably
they make with the Jets all the time, where that guy tries to go in and like, did I get
scanning
traded?
the fob.
Yeah. Did I get traded? He won't let me in anymore.
In this article that we tagged on from Nintendo Life, you can actually see like through the closed free radical doors that are locked. Like, you can see the ornaments, the Christmas ornaments and stuff inside the office. Like, they're just ready for holiday season and stuff. And now the rugs have been pulled out from underneath them. This sucks. I'm not pleased. Team of how many? Looks like about 30 people.
Yeah.
I think, what was it? They said what the law in the UK was like, you have to let them know, 30 days in advance or something like that before the end of the year? Or it's like they had a timeline, so they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And we might have talked about that at the end of November, maybe a couple weeks ago. We mentioned it in the news.
Yeah.
Because I know the labor laws are a little bit different there than they are here.
Yeah. Damn, 2.5 years on new time splitters or collection or anything. Oh, please land somewhere. Give us time splitters. Should stream those.
Time splitters adjacent.
I mean, Time Splitters was GoldenEye adjacent and Perfect Dark adjacent, and it was on path with those.
Embracer's got the license now, man. At that point, they just give it out to somebody else. I was like, here, you make a Time Splitters game.
But what is that going to look like? Like, we've only seen Embracer buy up these big studios. Have they farmed out something to a shitty...
I mean, I think at this point they're going to have to, because they did it wrong. They should have organically grown. Make a couple hits, let revenue come in, and then start buying other studios. It just felt like, oh, we just buy up all these studios at a good price. They did it wrong. Because then now they needed money to stay afloat, and the money they were trying to get didn't come through. So.
And this was the opportunity, because they talked about a collection, reinvigorate Time Splitters. Like, it means a lot to a certain generation, but not to everybody now. And maybe they couldn't figure out how to monetize that. Maybe it's just not strictly a collection. But when you put it in the hands of a digital eclipse or a limited run or something like that, there's a dedicated audience to get that stuff out in front of. We can hope for the best and hope these folks land on their feet. Games played. Games acquired. I did some work. I mentioned last week, I guess that'll segue me from one to the next. I mentioned last week I bought some new pads, like the rubber pads for the inside of the NES controllers. So
hey, we're trying to pressure Brandon to buy some controllers that get repurposed.
Pressure sensitive. Well, I'm batting 500, so I wouldn't say rush out and get them immediately. Because I have some more parts coming in. Because this is how this always goes, right? Brant knows this life too.
Yep.
Shit. I need to know the exact name of this thing. So I get the rubber pads in, and I talked about it last week. On the inside of the NES, you've got a pad for the D-pad. You've got a combo silicone. It's not even a pad because there's no button on top. It's for the start and select buttons, which are just these silicone triggers. Basically, you just press in on them. There's no other sensory thing slotted in there like you do the D-pad and the A and B buttons. So all those came in. Made my swaps, I had already thrown away the old grungy ones that are probably pushing 40 years old at this point, and swapped them out. And the first one I tried worked, and I'm like, look at this, I have a brand new NES controller. I'm like,
you got that dopamine, and you're like, yeah.
It was a pure rush. It was a pure rush.
Yeah, that dopamine, buddy.
I was like, look at me, I'm unstoppable. Let's try the next one. I know it's gonna work. Nothing. I got nothing from this one, and it never registered anything. So here I am deep diving. I'm right back into the threads. They're like, check the leads on the console and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't need to do that. I know controllers already work on this thing because, as I mentioned before, my two dog bones work no issue. The ones from the top loader NES, and I just had the other one work where I swapped those pads out. So it turns out if you look at the NES controller. It's a very simple PCB with the little pressure sensitive rubber pads go on top of, and I clean those, of course, real good with contact cleaner. There is one little chip with like 16 solder points on each side. It's a very basic, like it just slots in there, and it is called an 8-bit shift register PDIP 16. And what this does, if you've ever had an NES controller, and I actually remember through all the years, I remember having controllers that did this exact same thing, so there may be buckets of them in there still that I have. But you would press A on the NES controller, and the game would pause. And you're like, I didn't do that. Why would it pause a game? That's a symptom of this going bad. And the way my controller, cosmetically, my controller's perfect. So this will be the swap for those. Each one of these I ordered from, because this is riveting content here, Console 5. Each one of these 8-bit shift register PDIP 16s was 83 cents. So I got a set of 5 of them shipped with shipping fee, like $8.50 on top of that. So it's just 16 solder points real quick. Take them out, lift that thing out, and it looks like a head crab almost, and it just drops down. It's just and resolder those same 16 points in. So hopefully that'll be a project coming up pretty soon. But in doing the controller swaps and testing out the said controllers, myself and a housemate that wanted to play old school video games with me started playing Contra. and I didn't successfully put the code in, and I was like, well, this game can't be that bad, right? We should be able to do okay without the code. It's not the case. I haven't played Contra in probably 10 years.
It's a hard-ass game.
It's a very difficult.
Oh my god!
It's a quarter eater.
Oh, it is, and we didn't even get we get towards the end of the first level, and the housemate is stealing my lives immediately. I was like, wait, we get like 5. What are you doing? So we got the game over screen as it was foretold. And I put the code in, and so it went from you had 5 lives, and then it said 30, and I was like, okay, we could do this. We can make our way through there, and we got through like the second level, I think, and then we go to the second level. I think it said I had 27, and they had 6, and I was like,
holy shit!
This is not...
Holy shit!
They were taking all of my lives, because then when they ran out, remember in Contra you can steal lives. So I was like, okay, this bank of 60 is just meant for the 2 of us. It is not 30 and 30, but they were having fun. We're like, you're playing Contra. It's like a blue character and a red character. I'm sure somebody knows the names, so thinking inside the box, you might know these characters' names and start yelling at me. But the housemate starts calling us brothers. Like, come on, brother, let's run. It's like I'm playing with Hulk Hogan. Let's keep running forward, brother. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Is that right? Macho Man? Yeah.
Honestly, it reminded me of my brother finding these NES games back in the day, and trying to find a cheat code to keep it from being a quarter sucker and that sort of thing. And we had a lot of fun with it, and we made it through the ice level and the energy zone, I think is where we stopped. And we got a game over on that one with the 30 lives. Oh, hot tip. The 30 lives ending does not take you back to the beginning of the game, just the beginning of the level that you're playing on. So this is a very beatable game with the 30 life code, because you just restart the level that you're on. And at the end of the energy zone one, which is what, like 30, 45 minutes of gameplay maybe, I was getting do you have any other 2-player games we can play? I was like, okay, all right, well, I'll try to find something else out. So the current quest, I'm still watching that damn Jeff Gerstmann NES series, and it's fantastic. Please go watch that content. He's rating the NES games, and it's just his own scientific long list. Like, let me play Kid Icarus, and all of a sudden, I think it's a mid-game. Is it a mid-tier game? Is it going to be in between? Is it a better game than Lode Runner or Adventure of Bayou Billy? And that's the only sign. It's just a ranking, right?
Hey, don't you throw out the Bayou Billy, man.
And I told you, Little Nemo Dream Master has already been on there. And it's just...
How far to get? I love that.
It's so much fun, because I thought... This system is 40 years old, right? And I'm thinking, I've mastered this library. I know this library. I know the best of it. Nothing's going to sneak up. But I see these games that he's playing. I'm like, oh my God, this looks good. I've never heard of this. It's fun finding these games out still. So occasionally you'll find them, like Gunak is $350. No, I will not be buying a $350 NES game. But I've made a list now. I've got about 10 or 12 that I'm going to go hunting at that local game store. And I'm guessing they're on eBay. They're like the $8 to $10 range. I'm guessing they'll have a bunch of these titles that I can pick up. And they're still good.
They don't have them at the local game store?
Yes, I haven't been yet. I just haven't been since I've been building my list.
Gotcha. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. I took a picture of some of them, and then some of them I'll write down. I'm like, this looks amazing. I'll come down here and I have it. Like I sent Cesar this SNK game called Guerrilla War, and I was like, look at this shit. He's like, oh yeah, I know all about this, and I have it. I have a copy of Guerrilla War.
Yeah, I think it's on the arcade archives or whatever.
That's it. And they've done a great job of republishing a bunch of those and put them out there. And I'll touch briefly and segue off to you. Well, I played some more Final Fantasy 16. I killed the last not major bad guy, I believe. I've filled in all of the iconic characteristics that I'm going to acquire. And were to I acquire the last one that I think I could potentially acquire, it would be even more awkward than the Shiva one that I acquired. Speaking of keeping it in the family. So, and it sounds like the way the story's going is we're meant to meet the boss as one. So, I think I'm actually in the last area in Ash. Correction from last week. Cesar said it was Drake's tail. He was correct. It is that last. Drake's spine. That's Drake's spine. Man, Drake's head, Drake's fang, Drake's spine, Drake's tail, all these Drake things. And I was like, I think it's a different continent. I said that last week, but Cesar was right.
Then you wanted to play Uncharted after that, right?
I actually did play some Uncharted. I won't speak on that. I have that on my PS5, so of course it was instantly available on my PSP. Wherever I need to be. Yeah, I can connect to it, except local burrito establishment in Morrow, Georgia.
Which for the one person you tried to win over, and you couldn't because this person's like, this is garbage.
It was the worst demo ever. It was every tech demo I've ever given went as poorly as that one did.
As you tell Brant, who was like had to leave early for an appointment, hey, you can swing by. It works now. Brant's like, no, I'm not coming back, dude.
I gotta go. I think I'd rather have a root canal than see this thing try to work. I'm out of here. But I've been playing it, plugging away at it flawlessly. Like I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. And my main setup is an OLED, so it's been awesome.
It looks good on the tiny screen. It looks good on that screen.
It does, and it doesn't get compressed. And I don't understand that streaming magic, how they make it work and look so good. It's not just remote play. There's some other voodoo involved in it, akin to the Wii U. I'm not saying it's Wii U good, because the Wii U is right there. You're right there in front of it. But it's got some kind of magic to it. I'm not sure what it is, but it's they figured it out. And again, it's a particular use case.
Yeah, it's not perfect either, because some people, they have it's not user friendly like a Nintendo device would be. You have to do some troubleshooting for some people.
Right, so. And there's a certain level of network setup, and it's not the out of the box solution that say a Nintendo integration would be, right? A Nintendo setup.
Right.
And then Warzone. Warzone launched a new season version platform. I don't know, because I had to start over on everything. And you guys played Saturday, and I didn't discover until today that everything is wiped and everything is new. And it plays like a different game. It's still Warzone to the core. The map is the same. Cesar and I played a lot of Vondel today, but the movement is different. The swimming is different. It feels better. Like, it feels like a better game. And I think a lot of things have been rebalanced, but I have no clue what I'm doing shooting-wise. Every gun I pick up, I'm like, I don't know what this is. I've never shot this before. So there's like, it's a favorite box over here. I was like, I don't know. I don't have favorite setup. I have no fucking clue what's coming out of that box. You're sure you want to waste it on me? Let me come over there.
It's like Bram, he's like, I don't need that shit. I don't have none of my favorites.
Yeah. So we got killed right after I got that favorites box. I was like, I've never shot this before. Let's go. let's engage the enemy.
You shoot to the right. It's like you peeing in the toilet, right? It just shoots right.
No, that is not how I pee in the toilet. Oh, stick drift. Where's my Hall effects?
This gun has a double stream.
Yeah. What's that? That's what you get for waking up at 4 a.m. and having to go to the bathroom. Oh, what's happening?
Why are the bullets orange? this is nice. But it's good. It feels like the same game. It feels like a new game. I'm hoping some balance. Like, we've been aggravated the past couple months. I'm hoping there's been some balancing things. I'm still getting killed by people laying on the ground. That's fun.
Well, I mean, to add on to your thing, couple things. You always have a water gun. At this point,
that was cool.
You always have a gas mask on. It never comes on as soon as it puts it on. Even if you're out of air in there, the gas mask stays on. So you don't have that stupid animation where you're dying, taking it on and off all the time.
That killed us a lot previously.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of, those were the biggest complaints we have with the previous season, right? That seems to be a lot more user friendly, I guess.
But SSR was telling me when I was playing, get to level 4 and then you get to assign a loadout, which is very basic. It's like, okay, I picked a Kostov and I picked a water gun that I know. So hopefully in the next couple of rounds I'll be able to get to a loadout and get at least a gun I'm familiar with to start off with. But we've got to go back to... It does suck
that the prox mines are locked to like 25. It's some of that. But you haven't gotten that far yet, Richard, but there's certain ones where you can assign, if you got to go back to your loadout again, you can assign like the tasks, those 3 tasks they give you in the day? If you complete 3 of them, they'll go ahead and lock one of your loadout. Like the proximity mines, you can lock it early.
Can you swap those 3? Because some of them are like the map that we're not even using.
It gives you tags. Well, you can't swap those, but it gives you tags on like which one you can do. But I've unlocked 2 or 3 of them, so I haven't had difficulty on like unlocking them. So
that has been, having spent basically a year plus on both of those recently, between Halo Infinite and Call of Duty Warzone. I always liked in Halo where you could swap those challenges. Like, get 5 kills with the Bulldog. I'm not shooting that shotgun. Give me another thing, and you could swap that out. Or like these map things. Like, we're not gonna play get 5 kills in Al Mazrah Swamp. Like, I'm not playing that because I play Warzone Resurgence with my friends. I'll never have access to that thing. That'd be nice to be able to swap those out. But those are my games played. You guys segue into stuff you're getting into. Your Warzone changes, because y'all played a lot more Warzone Saturday.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'll do that last, because I did play some more 16, because after that DLC was announced, I went ahead and downloaded it and bought it. I just said fuck it, paid this $24.99 and bought that. Luckily I had not beaten the game. I wish I was Brant and just said fuck it, because I actually went ahead and did the last bit of side quest, which is like that last shot at the end. Brand, that shit, you weren't lying, man. There's so many fucking side quests. There's so
Am I coming up on those? Because I've been doing every single side quest as I go through the game.
So once you do that final part where you're at, that boss, after that boss battle you're doing next, it sets you up to the final area of the game. And then you get like so many, I mean, you're looking at least 3 to 4 hours of side quests if you do them all. I did them all. I just did them all like this weekend. Okay. It's like to me it was worth it, because there's some characters I didn't care about. I was like, and then there's some characters I did, which I found some of them were very interesting. But you don't get the final side quest with Jill, where they kind of like close off their thing. You don't get that unless you do them all. So
okay, I'm glad you told me that, because I will make sure I do those then. Because I'm invested in that relationship, I guess. I mean, it's kind of they grew up together.
It was worth it. They go more into like their background and how they met and stuff like that. There's some stuff that they left out. They've done a pretty good job with these characters you like and going in their backstories. And there's some on there like that guy that leads the Desert Rose. I don't really care for his side quests on there. You have to go back there again.
The Aladdin-esque guy that kind of runs the town. He's kind of cocky. He's kind of like a cocky shit. I can't decide if I like him or not.
But I mean, that's everybody's different. So some people might get attached to certain characters and like, there's more I want to see in there, and there's some that they don't. So it's like some of it's interesting to me, some of it's not. I mean, I would imagine to be that other way around for other people. So like,
I've struggled for people outside of the Hideaway. I cut you off on that one, but like Lady Karen, I love Goots. I love like the people that are in the Hideaway. Otto, like those are my people I've been through thick and thin with.
I can probably relate to that, because I think everybody in the side quest I really don't care about is probably everybody outside the Hideaway.
Martha's awesome.
That's the only one that I like outside the Hideaway very much, and then their Uncle Byron also, because I love
man, Uncle Byron's the whole bit
where he's eating the food. Remember when they get in the fight, he's like, just try to finish up the food. That shit gets me every time, man. He's like, no, I gotta finish. He's like, oh. He's like, hold on,
nephew, hold him off.
I gotta finish eating this.
But we've all had like an Uncle Byron, so he's so relatable to just this character that we've all known.
I mean, he loves his nephews, man. I tell you, can't.
Does love his nephews.
I like his background on there is pretty good. There's some more of him on there. So yeah, once you get it all done, I have that icon for the final battle. It's still there, but I think if you get the DLC, it unlocks right before the final battle. So like if you wanted to go on there and get that first bit of the DLC, then it starts right there. You got to go to was it Chiron? The
Yeah,
trader?
Lady Karen.
Yeah.
Karen? Yeah, she starts the quest. So she brings you something like, hey, take a look at this.
Did you do the backstory where
it.
she stabbed somebody's eye out?
Yeah, she doesn't have an eye, so she was
Someone took hers and then she went after theirs.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Eye for an eye. Man.
That was the name of the quest, wasn't it? An eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Lady Karen.
She's good. But yeah, I mean, I've done more of that. I finally finished like that 4 hours, and that's what's stopping me from beating that game because it's like, well, I want to do side quests, and then you guys know me, man. I get lost in my own museum sometimes. I just pick up shit and like, oh, let me just pop this in there, and I looked at it as like, damn, I didn't beat half the shit that came out this year because I just keep floating to different things. For whatever the life of me, before I get into the battle royales, of which all of them I suck at equally, I did do Hitman 3, World of Hitman. I started playing that again, and I keep coming back to it because I think I ended up downloading like the final expansions on there where I can add it all to that one package. And so I like it better now because before I think I started on Hitman 2, but this one is like it has 1, 2, and 3 in there. As long as you buy the expansion things that connect them all. So I'm going through the story where you're doing the handler with Diana and all that stuff in there. But that whole bit of that game was like it gives you different ways to like perform your assassinations is always the fun part for me. Like just going in there and throwing wrenches at people's heads and hiding in the corner and just like I'll throw down a wrench and the guy's like, "What is that?" Comes over here, is like, "Oh, somebody left his generator on." And just turn around the corner and throw something in the back of their head. And then somebody else is like, they heard that like, "Oh," and I'm over here like carrying their body, trying to go into a chest as fast as I can,
like
cleaning up.
Remember the old Giant Bomb videos?
Yeah,
we need to send Brant that series. Brant, they
did it to the point where they're like doing remember the roulette wheel? Like you got to kill this guy with a banana. I was like,
they had a hat, Brant. They had a hat. Yeah. It was like,
oh my god,
you drew a map, and it was like Egypt. It was like character, the Sheik.
Yeah,
and then like a
banana.
weapon, yeah,
the murder weapon, yeah. Banana,
ice pick. Vinny had that round where he was like running at the target, and instead of like throwing it on me, like underhand tossed it. And then everybody lost.
Like climbing outside the wall, trying to hide from him, like climbing the wall outside. Trying to get
everybody away. Lost their mind because this dude just came running up and like underhand tossed an ice pick into this crowd of people. The Sheik.
Yeah, man. Hitman's always good. It's always good fun, man. If you just want to like just fuck around, it's a good one.
That's an us game, man. I would do something like that with us and sit and watch everybody play Hitman. It would be so much fun. Hitmas. Didn't they call it? It was a Hitmas special. Merry
Hitmas, yeah. I remember they got one going on right now where you dress up as Santa Claus right now. So like they do like this like a freelance mode where they just send you a whole bunch of different ways of like kind of like that. They took like from Giant Bomb where they give you different ways to people. That's all it is the freelance mode. So like that's what is going on right now. So there's like a whole bit with Santa Claus. So it's seasonal and everything. So yeah. I was watching some streamers playing, and I was like, it's been a while. I jumped on there. It's like I kind of want to play some Hitman.
What's the path to victory on that collection? Because I feel like they've given out. Like I bought a Xbox One SKU. Maybe that's the Series X SKU of the third one for $5. Do I put that in and get a $10 season fee, or like what is the?
If you do not have much, like let's say if you and Brant do not have much, and you really were interested in doing the World of Hitman. I think the cheapest way of doing it now would have to do all that bullshit unless you don't have any of the physical copies and link them up in there. I think the World of Hitman's on sale on PS5 right now for like $29 and you get everything.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
So I think that was the cheapest method. I had to go other means because I was like 50-50 and I had the one in there and then have one for two. But if you wanted to do like the Hitman, the World of Hitman, I think I'm looking right now to see if it's still on sale. I think when I looked at it, it was still on sale for like $29 or something like that.
It's not bad.
But that's probably your easiest way of getting in there. Now to Richard's favorite part of the show, Battle Royale games that I suck at.
It's a Battle Royale of Battle Royale games.
Yeah, first up, for whatever beneath me, I'll try to play Warzone. Friend of the show, Renee. He didn't have the latest download updated. It turned into a whole thing where he was not happy about it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do some Apex. Because I did see the collab from announcement from the Final Fantasy VII. I was like, I'll probably jump on there to get some of that shit. I haven't played Apex in like almost a year. I'm like a baby in there, man. I have no idea what's going on, dude. I've never felt comfortable in that whole game because it's completely different. The landmarks have changed some of the names on there and just some landing spots, and I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be more user friendly. The whole thing I told you guys before, they went through the bit what they updated now. So if you die and you res somebody, they come back with a loadout. But even then,
that's a game changer right there.
It's cool, but even then you have to be good enough to survive and good enough to bring somebody back. It's like, I don't think me and Renee ever had a chance to do it because we were gunned down before then. But it does help that as soon as you land and you're late game, you're not sitting there like, you wouldn't be like Richard, like, hey, I don't have a gun, throw me something. Or, I don't have anything, throw me something. Because you do come back with your shit. And it's late game, it helps. Because it's like most of the shit's already been picked out, the circle's already closing. So, it sucks. It sucks coming back towards the end, you don't have shit. And it's like you have to look for the pieces and scraps around there or you have to kill people. So, I sucked at that one. The other one, it's not a battle royale. I did fire up Halo Infinite yesterday and play some Super Fiesta, and I totally sucked on that. And that was a bad mistake to play Super
They
Fiesta.
even told us there will never be a battle royale in that game.
Yeah.
Old management.
What
is Super Fiesta again? It's like new weapons every time, which turns into just a battle for the rockets.
It just keeps, like, it was literally me, all right, it was that you would have been pissed, because it's at that point where the people had the fucking hammer, and they were nowhere near me, and they were killing me, and I'm like, what? They've been playing this game for so long, they're hitting certain angles, and just know it's going to kill me. I can't even get away. I'm jumping off, and I'm dying midair. Like, they're nowhere near me. So, and then I kept spawning with fucking handguns, and I was like, whatever, man.
Did they up the dual handguns? That's your curse in Halo Infinite, isn't it? You always get the dual handguns.
I had it's like the blaster one and then the regular handgun. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? I'm like,
give me a hammer.
As somebody just throwing a hammer halfway across the map and kills me. I'm like, I don't even know what happens, man. I was like, I did that and lost him around horribly, and I sat there and did that while I was watching
Renee's clarifying. He says it does. Super Fiesta it does. He says the weapons change as well, so it's like constantly rotating. Yeah. That's right.
I just get a bad hand every time. I don't fucking get it, man. There's like these fuckers out here getting hammers all the time. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then when I finally get a hammer, they just kill me and take it off my dead body. So I'm like, whatever, man.
Teabag.
So it's like, I don't even
pick up your hammer.
Yeah. Thanks, bitch. Take my hammer. I'm like, all right,
thank you for your donation.
Man. That's all I hear. Yeah. Outside of that, the last thing was we did play some Warzone with a friend of the show, Renee, and Brand did join on later. Friend of the show, Buish, and I don't think we got to play around with Ezra because by then there was 5 of us.
Usually happens, right?
Buish went on there. But, he went off with Ezra. And then we did win one before Brand joined us. Unfortunately, Brand did not savor the victory. Nope. I did win one with Jeremy and Renee, and I don't remember how. I just remember, God, what was it? I think it was over the gas station right outside the fire station, and it was 3 versus 1, man. It's just the ones I played with Russell, man. We lost so many 2v1s. I was like, man, we're gonna lose this one. I just knew it. Because like, there were so many 2v1s where it was me and Russell, and we still fucking lost, and I didn't get it, man. But I don't want to get into the whole rant here. But outside of that, I mean, Brand joined us, and I think we played for, about 4 hours, Brand, after that. And as we try to get Brand to level up to get the shit he had before, and that was denied from him as he logged in.
Oh, it's so annoying that, like, all the unlocks... You
can take it now, Brand. You can take it now, Brand. Yeah, go ahead.
All the unlocks and everything.
That's what I was greeted with. Like, wait, what? Because Jeremy told me he was back to level 1, and I was like, how? I'll just hit 500. I better not be level 1.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's level 1. And aside from, like, some skins for vehicles and maybe whatever operators you already had, everything's gone. Because, like, the vehicle music is gone.
Music, they just had the hip-hop collection and all that. That was amazing.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those licenses are shorter than GTA music licenses.
Any guns that you just spent forever unlocking in that very last battle pass, all gone. It's everything is just, unless it was a skin for an operator or a vehicle, you don't get to keep it.
And just like that awesome Halloween mode that we love so much, who knows that we'll ever play that again. We loved every second of that, and it's just gone now.
I mean, Richard, you relived it when you dropped down to spawn and people were running away from you.
They were running towards me, killing me repeatedly at spawn. I actually got 2 kills at spawn.
But yeah, we had fun, but golly, we would get second, third, second, 12th, second, and just kept going back and forth on that, where we'd get so close.
I mean, and then Jeremy joined at the very end, and we convinced Brant to stay for one more game. And the one more game we had,
a
Brant's
win.
like, "Oh, we're gonna go to another game because we." Well, no, because they loaded with 6 squads. Because Brant's like, "It's not loading." I was like, "No, Brant, this is the magic one. We just keep waiting until people drop, and there's like 6 squads, and we still got second place." Because I think unfortunately it was a battle with Jeremy was the last one alive, and everybody was in the gas. But unfortunately, there's a whole battle of like who had the most life. And,
Yeah.
Damn.
Because they were all down there dying too. They were self-reviving. And Jeremy was trying to shoot him right before then. Jeremy just dropped
Damn.
in.
Finale in the gas.
Yeah.
Other than that, I did get to play just a tiny bit of Super Mario RPG. I was in a seaside town where there was these very odd acting blue toads. I went to a sunken ship, fought a giant squid, fought a shark man, and got another star. After I got out, I was greeted by the blue toads. They were actually a minion of Smithy, and they demanded the star from me, or they were going to torture an old man. And
He's lived a good life.
They tickle torture the old man.
Oh.
And then what's interesting is you can actually deny them as many times as you want, and they just he keeps sending more and more toads to go tickle torture this old man. But that plays out later in the game where you actually go to rescue the old man, and he gives you a reward, or he doesn't give you anything, considering on what you did.
Like a Chrono Trigger-esque callback. I still need to pop in Mario RPG before the end of the year.
So I gave him the star. He ran off, and I went right after him, and he's just standing there on this cliff like, oh no, my ride's not here. So wound up fighting him. He transformed from these blue toads into a spearman, and I fought him and got my star back.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost one for a minute?
Yeah, I had to give it to him, or else he was going to keep tickling the old man.
Tickle challenge.
Tickle torture.
Tickle torture.
Go on.
Other than that, I got into some random bullshit where I just picked up the Nintendo DS.
That is some random bullshit.
Somebody had mentioned... I was talking to somebody earlier last week and got into talk about Guitar Hero. And so what was the easiest avenue for me to quickly access Guitar Hero was Guitar Hero World Tour on my Nintendo DS. So,
I have that one too.
Pretty fun.
It's a good
game.
one?
The only problem is
Is that the one Cesar was just talking about?
Into the DS, it kind of cramps your hand after a while. Those buttons are small and they're kind of close together. So
yeah,
but it's got a good song list in there. And it's
decent sounding versions of them on that little cartridge.
Yeah, there's I think there's only a handful of songs too that aren't performed by the actual artists. So
the covers as inspired by.
Yeah.
Backtracking for
made famous by.
What's that? Oh yeah, made famous by. All right, backtracking just a second. Renee says, "Don't forget, Cesar, about the 3 of us dropped and we had to quick revive to defeat the other." He told me to ask you about that. Said he was dying laughing. Quick revive to defeat the others.
Oh, that's the one I told you about because that was the one where I fucking threw a prox.
And it downed everybody.
Somebody ran in. And we downed everybody. And we're all sitting there just self-reviving. I was like, "Hurry, Renee! The last one up is coming. The first one up's got to kill you, brother." And I went up there, I was just swinging and killed everybody. So I was like,
"Oh, that's greatness."
I was like, "That's the one I told you was like collateral damage in there because like we were all down. We're like, what the fuck?" I was like, that dude ran in there. We were all down, just also self-reviving in there. There's only three of us.
Oh,
in
it's
self-revive. Like,
amazing.
it was me, Renee. and Steph.
Don't mind us.
Yeah.
We're good. Move along here. Everything's fine.
I was like, what the fuck? I blame Brant.
Yeah, blame me.
Always blame Brant. Doubt Brant.
I do.
Don't.
I do every day. Every day I wake up. Every day I wake up in pain. I say, damn it, Brant.
Damn, Brant. But yeah, I think, yeah, that's it for me.
That's it. All right. You guys got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, Brant.
All good.
Always doubt Brant.
Proud of you, Brant.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week to Doubt Brant, and we hope you join us next week to Doubt Brant. Bye.
See you.
Adios, Brant, who's 4 years old.
10 years ago.